The winner's game, of course, is where a lot of fun comes through. And well, spawning down to the south position of merry-go-round, we have got the blue Protoss, none other than ShoWTimE. And his opponent up to the top left, the red Protoss, Patience. Lovely to see all of you chatting away in chat, makes me very, very happy. I will give you all Kappa faces and stuff like that. I'll also give you the cool subscriber emote, my Riot shield, or my Riot helmet, in case you all get a bit too rowdy. And of course my Frodo Potter emote, because as we'll see in WCS next week, everyone thinks I'm Harry Potter or Frodo as you go there. Anyway, as things are going at the moment, all looking good. No crazy stuff coming down from either of these two players, no proxy gates or stuff like that. Both just chucking down that pylon. Worth noting, both these two won their first match 2-0. That's a good advantage. 2-0 gives you a lot of confidence. Patience, of course, is very confident overall here. He really did dominate in the cup stages. I do actually believe he's got the top seed overall, and so going to be very, very happy with that. Still keeping an eye on what these guys are getting up to. 2 gases come down slightly earlier for ShoWTimE. Patience hasn't taken those gases as of yet. So this is actually going to end up being a relatively substantial gas advantage. About 17-18 seconds there that the 2 gases were down for ShoWTimE. So as long as, if he goes straight into 3 probes in each, that does give him a quick advantage. So only 2 probes going in each at the moment. The third ones are going to get rallied in through these chrono boosts. He wants to keep a decent amount of mineral income. Still, keeping everything looking quite good. We've got the cybernetics core on its way down. 3 probes in each. We've got ShoWTimE sitting with about a 50-ish supply, 50-ish gas advantage. Wow, 50 supply advantage at 3 minutes 15. That would be fairly awesome. Still keeping a peek on this probe. Now just coming in for Patience, getting a little check on what ShoWTimE's doing. Going, hey, what's up, ShoWTimE? What exciting stuff are you going for? Trying to harass it a little bit. This is the mummy probe. The money probe was like, just get off them. Stop it. Stop it. Still. Everything going quite good. Second gateway coming up now from Patience. So he's going for this 2-gate build. A couple more stalkers coming through. ShoWTimE getting a scout on this at the moment. Taking a good little peek of what's happening. Everything looking good. Okay, ShoWTimE now chucking down that Stargate. Everything nice right there. Stalker taking a further look, making sure no pylon was hidden at the top here, which is something you can occasionally see. That'd be really annoying. Otherwise, second gate coming through now. Of course, that Stargate nearly finished up. Patience, I don't believe, has scouted much as of yet. He definitely hasn't seen the Stargate. Last time he was in, we only saw the cybernetics core. Waiting to see if and when we get this mothership core coming further, coming to take a little check. He's going to do so now. Goes boom. Hello, Stargate. That's all nice to find. ShoWTimE has also discovered this pylon here by Patience. Going to start chipping away at that, having a nice little bit of fun. Still, the damage coming through quite nicely. This mothership core, got to be careful. Patience needs to be aware and remember, of course, that there is this air fence around the edge of merry-go-round. Now, air fence is a term I absolutely love. Seriously, air fence is like the best thing ever. So, ShoWTimE backing out now with his mothership core. The mothership core for Patience also retreating away. Wants to try and stay out of range in case any Phoenix were coming out. Just going to go chase that away. Patience sitting here with the 3 stalkers, chrono boosting out Blink Tech. He should be in an alright spot to prevent this Oracle from doing too much. Both players are still sitting here just on the 1 base for the moment, so neither player looking to expand. Patience with a 4 probe lead for the moment. That could get turned around though if this Oracle is too successful. It would take out 2. Gonna get a 3rd one. Not quite leveling it out yet, but certainly dishing out a good bit of damage. And it stays alive. And keeping that alive is the most important thing, because it means now some stalkers have to stay back at home, just in case. Still, stalkers coming on in. We've got ShoWTimE just chilling back here. He's adding in a robotics facility of his own, but no blink is going to be available for him for quite a long time. That's rather annoying. No sign of a third coming down from either player yet, although ShoWTimE has banked up a good amount of minerals. Actually sitting at nearly 400 even after that warp in of Zealots, so wouldn't be surprised to see an expansion attempt from both of these two shortly. Indeed, it's going to be Patience starting that up. He's also keeping a close eye on when ShoWTimE tries to grab his, putting a probe in a really nice position there just to keep a good close eye on everything as it tries to come through. Otherwise, this is all looking like quite a normal game. We've got the Immortal coming through as well here now for ShoWTimE. Meanwhile, for Patience, his robotic facility just finishing up. Tries to grab the Oracle. 1 of 2. It just survives 10 HP. Even the Photon Overcharge being triggered. Just trying to make sure that that Oracle just doesn't have a chance to get through. Does reveal the blink though. Although that would have been known because the Oracle when it came in would have seen the fast blinkery blinking of the Twilight Council. Would have been completely up to date on stuff there. Now, Patience has got a Nexus. ShoWTimE still does not. Patience knows about that though, and the fact that Patience hasn't yet seen a natural base is probably going to be a little bit alarming to him. That hang on, what's he doing? If he still hasn't expanded, he's going to try and kill me sometime soon. So I better make sure I get down everything I possibly can defensively. He's pumping out Immortals, pumping out more Blinkstalkers, aware that these 2 Oracles could come sneaky by. In they come. Q-Stalk is going to go for this. The double Oracle getting a bit of damage down, but not that much. 7 workers killed in total, but Patience still up overall in the probe count and with that natural base. ShoWTimE, even if he tries to expand now, he's so far behind in terms of that natural base timing. It is a massive economic lead for Patience, and I really mean astronomical. He's already 3 probes up, and that's just going to keep climbing because he's producing 2 at a time, and he's got a good, like, 100 seconds advantage minimum over that of his opponent on that natural base. So that's really good times for him. While waiting to see what these two do, big shout out to iWatchGames2. You were the last person to follow the channel. Thanks to everyone who follows, everyone who subscribes, everyone who's donated. You literally make esports on this channel possible. So thanks for that. Couple more forges coming on through. Meanwhile, quick tech up into Colossus for ShoWTimE. So going to be trying to compensate for that lack of economy by just getting ahead in tech. Patience though, he's happy to just keep pumping on out more and more Immortals. No sign of a robotics bay from him yet, but he is up by what is now... what is now 7 workers? 8 workers. Yeah, 8. No, 7. 7. Definitely 7. Definitely 7. My maths is good, guys. Anyway, Robo is about to finish up now for ShoWTimE, so this is giving him an alright lead in terms of the Colossus timing. He hasn't researched Blink at any point, so Patience can be rather irritating as he was there, just coming in, poking and prodding, looking to get any damage that he can down. We've also got an alright time coming through here from ShoWTimE. The Scout going to see that he's a long way ahead in the robotics bay timing. His first Colossus is already on his way out. The Immortal count is actually still level. Notice that Patience isn't actually researching or isn't producing another Immortal at the moment. He is getting +1 down though. And of course it is still up a fair way in the overall probe. Still up by 8. Although that's slipping away shortly. Quite quickly actually. Still keeping an eye. What's coming through? Nice little blink there. Takes out the Observer. Doesn't want ShoWTimE getting any more information. These Blinkstalkers still chilling around. Still waiting quite nicely and happily. In case anything moves out. In case they can get a little bit of free damage down. ShoWTimE again effectively using that Hallucinated Phoenix just to get some more information down every which way. Still checking down on what else is happening. Patience adds in a couple more Stalkers. The Immortal's still waiting here. Still checking to see what's happening, what's going down. Bold move here by the Stalkers. 1 blinks away, trying to get to safety. They were attempting to snipe off a sentry, but overcommitting a little bit, actually just ends up losing one of those Stalkers. Quite unfortunate there. Of course, the Colossus count is currently 1-0. Both players getting their second ones out at pretty, or their timings are now pretty similar. So pretty much just a 1 Colossus lead overall for ShoWTimE. That's not tragic for Patience, who is still up by 2 probes. So he's been up economically pretty much this entire game now, which is really quite nice for him. Means that he's just going to be able to produce more long-term upgrades. He's got +2 side a bit sooner. Also got Charge coming on in. And Charge can actually be quite useful, especially as the game goes on, if these Zealot drops, Zealot Harassment wants to come through. All the PvPs today have actually been a pretty long game, and that's really nice to see. Sometimes PvP can just end on the one base, can be done by the 10-minute mark. So, nice to see these longer PvPs getting demonstrated. Nice little book. Nice little move here, actually. Patience. Going to take that third base quite a long way before ShoWTimE's going to be able to secure his up. ShoWTimE is probably looking for it, but of course with the Stalkers running about, with the Stalkers blinking about, just going to be trying to prevent that for as long as possible. All the while that isn't taken, it's good news for Patience. It means he's getting further ahead with his own third base. Templar Archives coming down on both sides now. They're both going to be gunning up towards getting a few Archons. Part of that late game power death ball that you really want to be going for. Really late game, we haven't actually seen it today, but really late game Tempest, of course, become very potent up against the high Colossus counts. But Patience has shown a preference to try and end the games before it gets to that really, really late spot. So, wait to see whether he does keep that through. For the moment, we're just keeping an eye on what ShoWTimE has got planned. A few more Colossus just chilling here, waiting about. And, well, we wait and see when ShoWTimE, or if ShoWTimE is able to keep this third, or whether Patience decides to go for it. We'll know really a bit more the track this game's going to take. If they both keep their thirds up, it's probably going to go on for quite a while. Patience has blinked up. Proxy Pylon. Oh, Pylon is going to depower 3 of those gateways. That's actually going to hurt production for a while. Always irritating. Any little win is always going to be quite nice. Patience up by a few supply in the army, about 4. So, very, very little there. Still waiting to see if and when we get a move in. The Colossus is coming down, but a Time Warp being used defensively, buying a bit more time for a few additional warp-ins. Patience does have the Proxy Pylon down. Patience doesn't yet know about the third base coming through. ShoWTimE does know about Patience's, though. Patience up by, what is 4 workers at the moment, so not a massive lead, but still a lead nonetheless. Pylon's taking a little bit of damage, still checking to see if any more can be done. Love the fact that a War Prism's coming through. This is going to allow not only more reinforcements to come in, but also the potential for some drop play. Patience did use that very effectively up against Lambo in his first game. And so that'd be very, very nice. Quick little move, waiting to see if Patience wants to gun for this. Main thing he's trying to do here is, rather than actually engage, he's wanting to draw his opponent's army to defend this third. Draw it all over around to this general vicinity, so that the War Prism coming in here is able to drop without this army being in a position where it can easily defend. At the very minimum, that would force a good little warp in round by this pylon, which means the reinforcements won't be over by the third base. So any attempt to split the army is going to be very effective for Patience. Colossus count 5 to 4, favouring ShoWTimE at the moment. Slight advantage on the Immortal count though for Patience, just by the 1. Both players with 3-3 on their way, although the +3, well, Patience is quite a way ahead. Warp Prism now coming in. You're going to drop straight on top of that Photon Cannon. A lot more warp-ins of these Zealots. Takes down the Photon Cannon very, very quickly. That means the Warp Prism is able to stay alive. A lot of drones, a lot of probes getting taken down. One lone Colossus is going to pop out, but met by a heck of a lot of Zealots. This is going to be a really nice takedown. Great little timing there. Charge, of course, really helping close that up. Mass Recall comes in from ShoWTimE. This should actually trigger all of Patience's army to move in towards ShoWTimE's third base. Having to come back to clean up these Zealots, but this is going to buy so much time for Patience. He pushes down, going to try and take out this third. He should have enough time. I don't think Patience can actually be stopped doing this. His Mothership Core is there. Just has enough energy now for a recall. May not even need to use it though. Down goes the third, and that is a big win. Host of probes escaping away, trying to get to safety. For the moment, not too much else really going on. That third base takedown, brilliant for Patience. Really gives him a massive lead. Also, he supply blocked ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE though, releasing the inner Protoss. He is a Protoss, so he should do that. And when behinding, he is Dark Shrining. Still, keeping a good little look. It's not all over yet for ShoWTimE. He's got decent army supplies still. So as long as he's got that army up, in a great trade, it can still go well for him. Of course, PvP is a matchup where if you do get a massively favourable engagement, if you are able just to annihilate your opponent's force and keep most of yours alive, especially if their Colossi go down and yours stay up, you've just got a good bit of momentum and you can actually end a game most times, especially when you kind of pass the 20-minute mark. Unfortunately for ShoWTimE, though, Patience is already up by 2 Colossus. Looks like we're going to be getting this engagement now. Mass Recall comes out. ShoWTimE realizing he's in a very, very dangerous position. 5th base, or 4th and 5th, double expansion trying to come down here now from ShoWTimE. And that is really his only option if he wants to try and level out this economy now. He's been behind in the bases throughout, and having lost his 3rd really is starting to impact him. We can see Patience's bank growing. Patience maxed out at this stage, up by about 40 army supply. The Archon count is really where there's a big lead. 2 additional Colossi, 3 additional Archons. Very, very dangerous stuff. Both sides getting some shots off. A couple of Zealots just coming in here to try and take out the 3rd. These can pretty much be expended in order to try and make sure that this 3rd base gets killed. But the main army staying. Engagement now coming through. ShoWTimE wants to go for this. Colossus spread is better for Patience. He's able to force back these units. He takes a very favorable trade. He's up still by 50 odd army supply. The Colossi now trying to engage. Getting a few good shots off. 3rd base for ShoWTimE. Still stays up though. There's a couple of Dark Templar up for ShoWTimE doing a lot of damage. Where's the Observer for Patience? There's not one on the map. And this is where the Dark Shrine can do such an amazing bit of work. Force Fields trying to be used to block this back. Down goes a Colossus. This is just so infuriating for Patience many, many times. You can see this come down where you're just left in a situation where, hang on. Just a couple of DT Warpins. If you don't have an Observer, it really, really hurts. Still, ShoWTimE stays in this game. He's now got his 3rd and 4th base up. So he's able to get a double expansion out very, very quickly. This does put him a base up now, but he needs to make sure that he probes quite heavily and able to make use of that. Still, good amount of Archons, good amount of Colossus here. But Patience coming in from the side. He's just going for this. Loses an Archon in the process. Glad he pulled out. That was a very tight bottleneck for him. A concave would have been massive there for ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE backing away, of course. 2 Observers here now for Patience. Not going to get caught by the DTs again. ShoWTimE coming around. He wants to try and deny that 4th base, but it leaves his natural open and exposed. Mass Recall can't come through. There's not enough energy on the Mothership Core. That is a bit of a misdecision there by ShoWTimE. He now can't get back to try and defend this. His only option now is to try and base race. There isn't a Mothership Core with Patience's army. That's back at the 3rd base, so he can't Mass Recall either. But he's just got such a massive force in his flat-up base trade. This should favor Patience. ShoWTimE, he's crushing through, trying to find a way to get more damage down. Probes hugging up, trying to take down the Zealot as quickly as possible. We've got more units crushing on through the natural base. The natural of ShoWTimE already annihilated. The 3rd base getting killed pretty damn quick. Patience may decide to try and pull back with most of his army to try and defend this, and it looks like that is his plan for now. Leaving just a small hit squad of stuff. Probe's actually getting pulled, so he's not even trying to do this. He's just checking for where other bases are. Doesn't actually know about this base up on the high ground, and that's a problem for him. There's the Mass Recall in from ShoWTimE. Does now have enough energy. Patience, 31 probes, but he's pulled them all. Not realizing that he's not all in here. Patience, though, he does have such a huge advantage in the army supply. 163 to 97. Things looking very good for Patience in this game. Deals some good damage. Takes out all of the gateways. Doesn't mind leaving some other tech structures as long as the gateways are dead. That means no more units coming through. It's now 163 supply to 97. Nearly double for Patience. Patience moving down the ramp. His Colossus count is higher at the moment. Engagements coming through. The Archons tanking up the front line. Good damage being done. Patience pushing forward. ShoWTimE's army supply plummeting. Only the Colossi remain. All of those Archons steaming through. And that is going to be a GG. Patience takes game number 1 of this best of 3.